So winner of Wright, Ignatowicz, and Frazier and Black. Etta Wright on the bottom of the screen will get us started. Let's play pickleball. And right there we have a paddle clank, so communication issue right off the bat. We did hear Riley air traffic control the return.
I mean, that's a disgusting backhand speed up right there.
Little shimmy with it, too.
Yeah, I mean, complete deception.
0-0-2.
Oh, that is in there.
Point.
Vivienne David is so good at redirecting that ball down the line inside out.
Yeah, and talk about a player who really digs her legs down and gets low for the ball. One of the reasons she's so consistent.
What chaos as Riley tried to reach one and Etta Wright. It is so hard for these ladies some of the time because they get pump faked all the time by the dude who pulls the paddle out of there at the last second.
Yeah, they might not hit a ball for a few shots too, lose the rhythm, and then they have to go make a tough shot. Another communication issue there, I think.
Yeah, and a swing and a miss. So we've had a couple of those this afternoon, Roscoe. Could be weather, could be new ball.
Maybe a visual aspect.
And Thomas said, just get that the heck on out of here, and is loving every minute of that.
Yeah, a little smile there, telling Riley he can't go there.
1-0-1.
Oh, and there it is again. The Vivienne David special, and Riley doesn't even get the bonus points. He didn't catch the line drive at shortstop either.
Yeah, so we're seeing a lot of these returns to Thomas. He's been driving his thirds. We'll see if they continue that strategy here.
And Riley's reminding him not to go there. That aggressive pancake style grip of Riley's. Oh, and the Wilson move.
After review, there was a football. We'll resume play at 0-2-1. 2 timeouts. 2 timeouts.
I don't know where the foot fault came from.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. From our view, it looked pretty clean, but the referees have.
Okay, so interesting. Backside of the paddle once, but not twice there for Riley.
Talk about some power.
Oh, just
0-2-2.
pull, just whip. Run around.
Point.
And just not comfortable with that. Yep. He knows he should have hit it with 1 and swung away with 2.
Yep.
1-2-2.
Oh, and Riley is sitting on that. So his grip that you see there is unique. Why?
His grip is a little more Western, allowing him to hit some better forehand counters, but a tough backing.
Thomas pulls that wide. So unlike some of the Kwong Duongs and others who use that grip aggressively from the baseline, it seems Riley is more kitchen and volley guy with that.
Yeah, that's one of the beauties of pickleball is you're seeing a lot of different ways of play there. I think it benefits Riley as well, and it's part of what makes him unique. He's allowed to have a better forehand counter and can create from that backhand with that funky grip.
Point.
Gets pushed back on the backhand side, and the prior rally, Riley said let it go, and Etta played it because, again, just trying to get that symbiotic relationship, and they're not going to switch here. Man, Thomas Wilson usually destroys a winner off that. And Riley's won a ton of mixed doubles, especially with her sister Lindsay playing the right side in mixed, so we'll keep an eye on that. What a get. And what a shot from Thomas Wilson. I don't need no stinking backhand.
No. I've talked to many players about which shot they think is the hardest to read. A lot of them have said the Thomas Wilson forehand.
And Etta Wright was just in cement.
Point.
Viv David hasn't hit many balls this match.
No. What's going on? AL didn't hit many the last match. A couple balls in the middle where they've sort of tied each other up there.
I think a big part of Viv not hitting as many balls so far is they are trying to open up the Thomas Wilson backhand.
There's the classic, I call it the Wilson. He just, that Ernie where he's flying over there and hits a forehand, it's just disgusting.
So explosive.
Point.
I mean, nice reset from Viv, but then I don't know what happened to Riley there.
I think he lost a little bit of real estate there with the two-handed backhand.
Oh, and Viv goes for too much there.
She had it set up nicely. I like the lob.
Yeah, look at Thomas Wilson throwing up fade away two-handed backhand topspin lobs. That was a good one. Etta Wright, she ain't scared of anybody.
When Thomas does put that second hand on the paddle, he's most likely going to fire as well.
3-5-1.
What a lefty save, but that goes deep. Just crazy athlete.
Yeah, so it looks like they are targeting that left side of Wilson. We'll see if they continue that.
Another lefty save, but a kick save from Etta Wright does not stop the force of Thomas Wilson. Great job of partner protection, too.
5-3-1.
Ball never made it to Viv.
Second serve.
From the looks of it, it just seems like Wilson is hitting the ball so much harder than Riley Newman right now. I think that's a big part of the dominance in mixed here.
Little indecision on who was taking that ball in the middle forces an error. So lots of points played recently here. We're still stuck at 3-5.
Second serve.
Again, you mentioned the time off. Riley has jumped in and played MLP in Atlanta, but other than that, there's been a big gap in his pro reps as far as a scoreboard being involved. And there's the classic move again.
That's a no-fly zone right there.
The only thing flying over there is Wilson himself.
5-3-1.
You're right about Newman not playing a PPA for a while. I think mentally that can go one of two ways. He can say, hey, I have no pressure, or hey, I have all the pressure now.
Yeah, and shout out to your former UCLA Bruin teammate, Blaine Hovenier, and Jeannie Bouchard really pushed Wright and Newman earlier today. Had a good look at game 2 and just couldn't quite get it done.
Yeah. Blaine, someone who's improving rapidly, as well as Jeannie Bouchard. I was very impressed with her game today.
Bruin Nation, all these tall dudes are coming. They want that top of the pickleball podium, too.
Yeah. I think it's good to mention that Riley and Blaine have practiced together as well.
A lot.
So they were fighting for the King of Dallas spot.
We have wild, tight connection, and then Etta and Riley figuring it out on the run, and so far it's dead even. Wow.
That's sick.
Back the other way. What a great view from the jib cam, which is the one that shows you the kitchen there. This is coming right into your neighborhood as the fake Ernie from Viv, and then there's the real one. And if we're going to talk about the moms, we got to mention Etta Wright, one of the mom players on tour. So she's mentioned many times it takes a village to be able to play at the highest level and be a great mom at the same time. Etta said just wide, and Thomas said, are you sure about that? That's a tough one to call when it's flying by you right at your feet, Roscoe.
Yeah, close one there. Looked wide, though.
And Etta calls as clean a line as anybody. And now the short return, and Riley pounces on it, and Tui down the line, clean winner.
A little fist bumps action there.
So trying to find some connection and energy. They're up 2. Wow.
Was that personal?
And he
was going for the head.
I mean, that was in an ugly spot, but Thomas did not like that at all. But Riley just said, hey, man, that came off the paddle weird. So we'll keep an eye on that. That is such a smart shot from Thomas, as Etta had to get a ball just over the tape, and then you're retreating, but you're not set.
Point.
Yeah, such a well-played lob there from Wilson. Just such a hard shot to read overall when he sets up for that forehand. Can really do anything from that spot.
7-8-1.
And there's not going to be an apology for that. Just absolute BB of an overhead. That's the problem with to get through the field. I mean, we're talking about this. This is quarterfinals. This isn't the final.
And they brought it back to LA as well.
Yep. Just get that the heck on out of here, Riley. So feeding high balls to that man's forehand, that's 2 rallies in a row. That is a bad idea.
I think feeding anything to that forehand is a bad idea.
There's another one, and just the rampage from the Thomas Wilson autograph paddle there, and they have a game point.
10-8-1.
Oh, goes for a little too much inside out there. Second chance to close this out.
A smart return there from Newman, I think targeting David rather than dealing with the Wilson drive.
Wow, and hits the same shot off speed into the net instead of firing away again. So interesting.
8-10-1. Point.
Well, that's 3 in the net from Wilson. So after that blistering forehand attack, 3 mistakes, and their lead is but 1.
9-10-1.
What a defense of the ATP and Riley. This is another one you haven't played together. When you see Riley set up like that, he's looking for Etta to slide over and fill the place he vacated. She was not there.
Viv David getting some action right now. Couple counters there.
Brittany's also on fan duty here. Pressure from Riley Newman, so that's 3 saved. Here comes game point number 4. And Thomas and Viv played a crazy match earlier against Deckel Barr and Viv Glossman. Oh, the drop shot. Thomas is there easily. But they get away with it. That was not the right strategy there, Roscoe.
Yeah, I think the drop was definitely not the smartest play from Newman. And then we've seen Wilson miss a few of those sitters there on top of the net.
9-10-1.
Can they tie it up? Another lob works for Thomas Wilson.
Yeah, I think the best time to throw up a lob too is when everyone's leaning into that kitchen. You catch them on their toes a little bit and put them onto their heels.
Wow, tries to go back inside out by clearing his body, and we are tied at 10, and the crazy score lines with these two continue. They won 15-13, 13-11 earlier today against Glossman and Barr, so bonus pickleball is the way to go today. Just a little skitter, uneasy footing there for Etta Wright. So tied at 10, 4 game points have been saved.
10-10-1. Yeah, Viv. Point.
There's the classic "Yeah, Viv" that Wilson and David Nation should definitely have on t-shirts and sweatshirts. So game point 5, but at a different number.
Oh my God!
It goes off the tape, and then hesitation for the team that's played so much together, Roscoe.
Yeah, I think we've seen that a few times in this match from Newman and Wright. This time from Wilson and David.
Oh no, and then right back to indecision and no communication. 6 game points saved. That return from Etta Wright was eerily close to the baseline, but just caught a piece of it. And now we're tied at 11 after that. Misdirect catches the tape.
One of the first errors we've seen from Viv David this match.
And short return, Riley pounces, and after saving 6 game points against, it is now Wright and Newman with one of their own.
12-11-1.
A wildly short third from Riley. We'll see if they go there again.
12-11-2.
And what a backhand down the line and out of nowhere. Etta Wright and Riley Newman steal game 1, save 6 game points against, and Riley
It's not like I prefer one or the other. It's just very different. Definitely need to check it out.
Oh, that's just beautiful from Etta Wright. So the question is we mentioned how tight David and Wilson are, but they gave away 6 game points. How are they going to come out here and deal with that and put it in the rear view? I'll get your thoughts on that after this rally.
Thanks, sir.
How do you recover from that?
Yeah, so I like to say the points are won in the first few shots. We saw Wright and Newman returning to Wilson to start the first set. They changed their strategy and were able to come back.
Point.
So what was the fault call there? We mentioned this a little bit earlier. Viv was faking the Ernie, but past that line, and you cannot break the plane there, and that is, wow, that was, man, that was close. You got to break the straight line from the net.
One of the worst feelings out there on the court is when the referee calls a foot fault on you.
Yeah, and when you don't even touch the ball on that one too, like you're like, what? I ran into something there? Like, that's what happened.
Set up.
What makes this team so tough right here,
Which team?
Wilson and David, is that both sides are so strong. Viv's forehand roll, Thomas, of course, the inside-out roll.
Thank you, sir.
Way too high from Viv there, and they have been able to get it away from the Thomas Wilson forehand on the returns. But if you hit it that short, Viv's got plenty of power herself.
Yeah, Viv is a very well-rounded player. She can sit there at the kitchen line. She can also drive the ball.
Oh, no.
Oh, gosh.
I think that's going wide, Roscoe.
I think so as well.
Sometimes you're too good of an athlete.
Yeah, I think he's focused on creating pressure right there and doesn't want to let the ball go.
2-1-1.
Rocky you like a hurricane with the scorpion right there. That's one of Viv's great defensive mechanisms. That's a great lead from Etta, because when you're engaged, it is so hard to pull the paddle down.
One of the hardest things to do in pickleball. Great eye there from Etta.
Boy, and some errors are creeping back in. So they had errors.
I'd like to see Thomas Wilson open up the court a little bit by going to that Newman backhand as well.
And when Riley skips backwards and doesn't turn around, that is bad news, because against a lot of people, attacking the paddle side hip's a good idea, not against him. I mean, it is a cannon shot.
Yeah, I would say a top 5 overhead in the game.
Down 4, they got to go. Etta made the much more difficult shot on the drive before that.
2-5-1. Point.
And you want more action from that Thomas Wilson forehand, you're getting it.
Yeah, what I don't like from Wright and Newman, those last 2 points, is the return. They're going to the middle there. They're giving Thomas Wilson that drive, allowing him to start off the point with pressure.
3-5-2.
Oh, Viv went for a little too much on one of her favorite shots, so that sprays wide. They do get a couple.
5-3-1. Stay serve. Five, 3-2.
Riley just sold out for the middle, and it worked.
Completely. I think that backhand drop of Riley's is very impressive, too. He's rarely missed it today, and it sets him up. He's also driving that forehand in the middle.
Definitely a different pace than Thomas Wilson's. He's had some success with it, so the deficit is 3 as they get the ball back.
Beautiful play there from Wilson. He's using that backhand speed up not to try and win the point, but to set up an easier shot for him.
Man, great dodge there from Etta Wright.
Boy, 6-2.
Wow, it keeps coming back. It took 11 winners, but they finally got the ball to end up in the net, and the deficit is but 1.
5-6-2.
Riley about ran over Etta there.
Yeah, he's got to be careful too. He doesn't fall into the kitchen.
Look out, Etta, look out. A little bit of bumper cars there, but worked out for them. So, a little pushback from David and Wilson.
Second serve. Six, 5-2.
Little off speed.
Yeah, super smart play from Thomas Wilson, as he's usually hitting that ball super hard.
5-6-1. Point.
I like that play from Thomas Wilson. I think he's got such a good forehand. I want to see him hit that serve.
6-6-1.
Wow, another one. Oh my, and after all the chaos of the net cords, Thomas Wilson pulls the trigger, and
Etta is just how often she's able to get to that kitchen line, something that makes her so difficult.
wow, step back fire off the one from the tape before that, and breaking news from the truck. What do we got? Oh, what a battle there. The Johnsons drop game one and then come roaring back and send Roar Bacher packing. 4-11, 11-8, 11-2. The Johnsons are playing outrageously good, and J-Dub did not like his draft position in MLP going 12th. He has won 3 straight Carvana doubles titles with Frazier. He's in the singles final and now marching into the semis here in mixed. Look out below.
Let's go. Point.
Some quick hands there from Newman. We've seen Viv try and attack his body a little bit today. That pancake grip does make it hard to attack him because it allows his forehand counter to cover more of his body.
Oh, that's pretty down the middle and then back behind Riley, but they get a couple after calling that timeout on offense. So smart strategic play.
6-8-1. Second serve. 6-8-2. Point.
Thomas Wilson again using the backhand to set up the rest of the point. And Riley Newman was ready to defend that. He knew he'd given the ATP and went flying over there.
Have you ever seen a harder hit ATP than that two-hander?
Watch this. This is like a fastball that the catcher told him it was coming, and he destroyed it.
Let's go.
Lefty desperation. So they get 2 back. So 2 on one side, 2 on the other. Here we go, 8-8.
8-8-1.
No go zone times a million.
Yeah. A very high drive there from Newman.
8-8-2.
And it's Riley Newman that pulls the trigger and catches Viv in that scorpion pose, but he goes to the opposite shoulder. That's a great shot location. They're within 2 of winning this match. Same thing right there, and we are at match point for Wright and Newman.
I'd love to see Newman drop a third here rather than drive.
10-8-2.
Oh, big swing from Riley Newman, just wide, so a match point is saved.
8-10-1.
Wow. And Viv's just kind of laying the serve in and misses it.
8-10-2.
And there's what happens when you go to the wrong side. Viv just says, get that on out of here. And they're within 1 of pushing this to 10 apiece.
9-10-2.
Wilson just couldn't scrap his way there through the transition zone. Match point number 2 for Etta and Riley.
10-9-1.
Same shot that he walked off game 1 with, missed it with the forehand. He made a backhand in game 1, 3rd match point. And the third comes up short. Wow, they stay away from the consistent Etta Wright there.
He hasn't missed that backhand dink or that backhand drop much this match. A little nerve there.
Point.
And we are tied at 10. 3 match points saved, and they have a chance to get to a game point of their own here.
10-10-1.
The drama. Perfect lob, but Wilson is there. Oh, and Viv tries to jump in front and poach it.
Very interesting from Riley there. He sped up that backhand a lot at Viv. There he fakes the speed up and throws up the lob.
And another one in that is a beauty. Look at Viv get there, though. Oh, no.
Goodness.
Oh, and Brittany can't believe it either. We're all feeling that. I think if she lets that go to Thomas, that point's over. Insane gets Roscoe.
Yeah, started with that amazing lob from Newman and a great reset there from Wilson.
10-10-1. Point.
Wow, missed dink in the middle, and now we are at match point 4.
I'd be interested to see if Riley will drive the third or drop.
11-10-1.
He's been having more success with the drop.
And that will do it. After saving 6 game points against in game 1, they cash in their 4th match point, and it's the new duo of Riley Newman and Etta Wright who will play in the semifinals. What a battle with the 3 seed.
Welcome to the Picklr, where everything's better.
Everything's better at the Picklr.
Everything's better at the Picklr.
Congratulations, Etta and Riley. Riley, I will start with you. How on earth do you save 6 game points in game number 1? That was crazy.
Yeah, I think Etta did an amazing job of just scrapping balls, playing defense. I definitely don't want to be missing all those thirds on the game point, so I got to clean that up. But having my sister Lindsay here, it's incredible. Shocked that there's still so many people here in the 100-degree temperature. So shout out to the Sacramento crowd. But no, I think we were lucky enough to get through that first game, and finally to pull it off there was good.
Etta, Roscoe, Bellamy here. You're going out there and playing with a new partner, Riley Newman, who's obviously a stud. How do you go out there and get used to this new partnership?
I think it's just taking it one point at a time. When you're playing with someone different, you know, there's different movement on the court, and so. But it's actually fun. It's fun to kind of figure out how to adjust, and I think it also helps me improve as a player as well.
So, Riley, we haven't seen a lot of you on the Carvana PPA Tour, so welcome back. We're thrilled to have you on Humana Championship Court. What have you been doing to be able to be match sharp? Obviously, you had one MLP event, but a lot of these players are playing week after week against the best players in the world.
Yeah, I think, since I started playing pickleball in 2018, I had never taken a break, more than like a month playing. So I went to Brazil, went to Chile, just got away from pickleball. I love it, but I just needed a little break. And so now I'm coming back. I'm hungry. I just moved to Arizona, and I was doing 2-a-days right before this to try to catch up to the competition. So I come back, and it's like everyone's just hitting the ball harder, using more spin. So I feel like I'm the old guy on tour now. So I got to come up with some new tricks and just keep trying to stay relevant out here.
Well, the old tricks are working just fine as Etta Wright and Riley